Good evening, welcome to the Buck Stops here. I'm Vishnu Shom. On the program this evening, by asking the public to conduct their own sting operations against corruption, has Arvind Kejriwal redefined the fight against petty corruption, or is this a dangerous precedent of citizens being invited by the Delhi Chief Minister to take the law into their own hands? We look at Kejriwal's anti-corruption helpline and debate the merits of his statement that all citizens can be police inspectors armed with their cell phone cameras. Our second big debate, it's tit for tat in the high-stakes diplomatic showdown with the United States. After the US asks Devyani Khobragade to leave after she's formally indicted, India responds by asking a US diplomat in Delhi to leave in 48 hours. This is only the second time in 30 years that a US diplomat has been expelled by New Delhi. Where does this leave the much vaunted Indo-US equation? And in hindsight, are all sides losers in this diplomatic row? But let's quickly move on now to the top story this evening. Sting is king, at least if you believe Arvind Kejriwal. But is there a danger that entrapment may replace a genuine fight for justice? But is this a realistic way in ensuring that corruption can be effectively tackled? Joining us to debate this, first off, Prashant Bhushan, National Executive Member of the Aam Aadmi Party. Mr. Bhushan, this is the first time that any Chief Minister has said, telling people out there, you are all police inspectors armed with that cell phone camera. Realistically, do you believe that that cell phone camera will change the face of corruption in Delhi?
Yes, it certainly can, because this is the first time where a government has proactively not only asked citizens to actively get visual evidence or audio evidence, that is very clear evidence of officials asking them for bribes. It has also set up an instant helpline where if you contact that helpline, that help would be immediately available from officials who would proactively even help the citizens in trapping those officials who are asking for bribes. It is the first time, at least in living memory for a long time, that a government has taken such proactive steps to help catch corrupt officials asking for bribes. It will certainly put the fear of God in the minds of a lot of people who are today seeking bribes or trying to be corrupt, and therefore, to my mind, it's the most effective way, one of the most effective ways of fighting corruption.
So, sir, you have effectively an entrapment cell of the Aam Aadmi Party telling people this is how you use a Sting camera.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely, because this is the most effective evidence that you can get against an official who is seeking bribes.
So there's nothing orthodox about the Aam Aadmi Party, we know this, but your critics say that this is perhaps going too far. Doesn't this in a sense, or couldn't this in a sense result in people taking the law in their own hands?
No, they are not taking the law into their own hands, they are only collecting evidence. Eventually, it is the police or the anti-corruption cell of the Lokayukt which is going to really investigate this matter, which will see whether this evidence is good enough or not. If this evidence is good enough, if it is not manipulated, if it shows very clearly that an official was seeking a bribe or was taking a bribe, then it will help to convict him, because this is the best evidence that you can have.
So, Mr. Bhushan, just give us an idea of how many people have called this helpline. And realistically, sir, it's impossible for the Aam Aadmi Party or the police or any police force on earth to help so many complaints. How are you sure that you actually have a system in place which can sift through all of these complaints and decide where you can actually take action?
Well, they will, if there are sensible officials sitting there on the helpline, they will see whether the person who is calling is actually calling in respect of whether his complaint is about an official who is asking him for a bribe, whether he has actually done the sting already or whether he is wanting to do the sting, whether he wants any help to organize the sting operation, etc. And then the relevant officials of the anti-corruption branch would be activated to help set up the trap, as well as to go and collect the evidence
so
from those
Aam Aadmi
people.
Party people, sir, will actually go to somebody's house if required and actually do the sting operation for these people, because a lot of people are elderly people. They wouldn't know how to get these things done.
No, I think these helplines would be manned by officials, and eventually the officers who will go and do the or who will help in organizing the sting operations would also be officials. They would be officials from the anti-corruption branch, etc.
So, sir, what about high-profile corruption? Because the allegation is that the Aam Aadmi Party is so proactive in dealing with these issues. You've not yet announced your plans of going after high-profile corruption. The former Chief Minister, Sheila Dikshit, her son, scams related to, say, the Commonwealth Games scam. When are you going to do that? Or are you now dependent on the Congress because they provide you external support?
No. We have made it absolutely clear that support is completely irrelevant so far as our fulfilling our manifesto promises are concerned, or so far as going forward on our agenda is concerned. And we said that the first thing on our agenda is to tackle corruption and register cases against past acts of corruption which have taken place, including Commonwealth Games. But you need to put together, you see, the Delhi police is not under the Delhi government. We need to put together a cell or an anti-corruption machinery in place before we can go ahead and investigate those scams. That is why the Delhi Lokpal bill or the Lokayukt bill is very important, and that would be brought very, very soon, probably within the next 10 days or so. That act, a special session may have to be called to get that law passed. Meanwhile, a special cell of anti-corruption investigating officers is being put together, which will then also act
I know you need to leave, so I just had one basic question to ask you, sir. Will the Aam Aadmi Party target Sheila Dikshit?
Of course, we have made it clear on a number of occasions that prima facie she has been involved in a number of scams, including the Commonwealth Games, and all these cases will be investigated by some of the best investigative officers who will be put together under the aegis of the Delhi Lokpal or the Lokayukt, which will be set up very soon.
All right. Thank you, sir, for joining us. But I want you to stay on for just a few moments. I know you need to go, but I wanted to bring in my other panelists as well and get a reaction from the Congress party on what you just said now about how Sheila Dikshit will be targeted perhaps in the future. Joining us, Shazia Ilmi, also a member of the Aam Aadmi Party, Aniruddha Behel, editor of CobraPost.com, somebody who knows a great deal about the problems, concerns, but also the great value of sting operations. Lalita Kumaramangalam, spokesperson of the BJP, and Sanjay Jha, member of the Congress party. Sanjay, reply to what, I'm also joined at this stage by Kabir Bedi. I believe his signal is also up. But Sanjay, reply to what Prashant Bhushan just said, that it's petty corruption at this stage, but they will go after Sheila Dikshit next.
No, I think it's up to them. As long as they follow the democratic process, they can investigate whoever they wish. In fact, Vishnu, when we supported them, we said that if you feel that anybody in the previous government needs to be investigated, they're free to do that. So we ourselves have said that there is nothing to do, our support has got nothing to do with how they perform. But the truth of the matter is that there is already hotlines which are available given by the current Anti-Corruption Bureau. Unfortunately, they are not popularized, which they should. So this is nothing very unique. The problem, though, is that, Vishnu, when you take populist measures which can be deemed gimmickry by some, I think, you run a very dangerous risk in actual impact. And I'll give you an example of that. That end of day, when you look at the larger picture of transactional corruption, even at the lower level, it's one thing to say that you are empowering the common man. But, it's also the fact, are you really giving protection? Because there could be issues of anonymity that are very, very relevant to the discussion. Also the fact that end of day, as you rightly mentioned, there's a supply side of corruption that nobody will talk about. And third, in terms of the admissibility of the evidence itself.
Okay.
In terms of, tomorrow you might have a lot of litigation.
So, Sanjay, you mentioned a lot of points which we are going to debate
so there
now
are
because we've got
multiple
time to
issues,
debate that.
to be
but I asked you a specific question and you've given me a specific answer. And correct me if I'm wrong, the Congress party welcomes any investigation against Sheila Dikshit done by the Aam Aadmi party. You feel that everything is kosher, there is no problem. They can go ahead with that. That's what you're saying, Sanjay?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, the fact remains that Mr. Bhushan said there is a prima facie evidence that he believes there is. Well, if he believes there is and his party believes that has enough validity to make a legal or an investigative process into play, so be it. We'll welcome that. We have absolutely no apprehensions whatsoever. Okay.
Lalitha Kumaramangalam, do you believe that sting operations themselves will change the face of corruption in this country? It will effectively get rid of petty corruption. So, do you believe that this is a very major step going forward? Why has the BJP not thought about this?
Look, the BJP already has anti-corruption bureau run helplines in Gujarat, in Chhattisgarh and in Rajasthan. It was started in Chhattisgarh this year, January 2014, in Gujarat in June 2013 and in Madhya Pradesh in September 2013. The fact is that I'm not saying that what the Aam Aadmi party is doing in Delhi with these anti-corruption helplines, etc. is wrong. It's very correct. But as Sanjay Jha pointed out, and you'll probably be very surprised to hear the Congress and the BJP on the same page on this one matter, there are already existing helplines like this. They haven't been made very popular. Luckily, perhaps what the AAP is doing has been publicized so much by the media. Everything they do is supposed to be right. Everything they touch is turning to gold. But then you have heard that old story of everything turning to gold and there being nothing else left.
No, but Lalitha,
now,
that's
rhetoric. The point is not that they have started this helpline, but also
why doesn't the BJP hope to
that they are encouraging
this?
people to run these
What
stings.
Is wrong with giving people the power to use tools that they
just
already have as a
sting,
tool to fight against corruption? What's wrong with that?
No, look, people are human beings. Yeah, right. No, I agree that the fight is against corruption on their side is quite right. But perhaps the methodology that they've used may not be in the long term only of use. It can also be counterproductive. People are humans. You don't like somebody, you say you're doing a sting. Now, how far that's true, how far it's not true, nobody really knows. And you also know that when stings are run, not all stings are 100% okay.
Okay.
For example, you yourself asked the question, the stings that were run against the AAP in the run-up to the Delhi, the state elections, they claimed none of it was true.
Yeah, so in fact, let me put that question to Shazia Ilmi, who's on our panel.
I mean, none of us know. We accepted that it wasn't true.
Let me put that question to Shazia Ilmi, who's on this panel, because it's a pertinent question. I was going to ask that to you next, Shazia. On the one hand, the Aam Aadmi party says that the sting operations directed against you were wrong, were unfair. On the other hand, you believe that sting operations are the way forward. Isn't there a danger based on your own experiences?
No, I think you... No, not at all, Vishnu. I think you're misquoting, and I don't think you're up to speed on what happened. There was no sting in that sting operation. It was more of a stink that was created before the elections. 2 days later, we asked for footage from Election Commission because Anuranjan Jha, who had malafide intentions, did not give. We showed the raw footage, which your channel also ran, and I take strong objection to you running the same footage which maligns somebody's character and integrity as you did Bangaru Lakshman. And I'm going to have written to News Broadcasters Authority. It's my job here to defend my own integrity and my colleague Kumar Vishwas's. Your channel ran it. We showed the raw footage. We showed that none of us were saying what they assumed we were saying. So it was very clear. So I think it's very unfair.
No, but Shazia, that's exactly the point.
You make
that's
one class
exactly
one
the
question,
point.
you take another answer.
Shazia, that is exactly the point that critics of the Aam Aadmi party say. Just as you believe that you're being targeted by people who have unfairly edited
Bangaru Lakshman had asked.
No.
Yes,
right.
yes.
Others
I'm
can say the
coming
same
to that.
thing.
You must let me, because you've shown my footage.
He was found guilty.
You've shown my footage just now. You've shown that.
No, whether or not we may have shown that footage.
I think it's very unfair if you don't allow me to
but hang on a second, Shazia. You say that footage directed against you is
Vishnu,
unfair. If one is to accept your argument, how can you deny the argument that others may feel the same way about sting operations done against them?
Don't accept it. I'm saying don't accept it.
Exactly.
So therefore there is a danger in sting operations.
We showed raw footage. We showed proof. Don't accept it.
Okay.
Who said you accepted?
So you accept
2
that there
days
is a
when
danger in,
the sting
you
operation was
accept that
there.
there is a
We
danger
showed
in sting
footage
operations.
proving. We showed footage that the footage was doctored.
Vishnu, this
So we
entire
did not,
argument
don't
is,
buy
this
argument.
program is becoming
Your
about
journalists
who's
were
guilty
called
and who's
and
not
you
in
showed the
Aam
raw
Aadmi
footage.
Party.
Showing
Okay, one
clearly.
second. All right, 1 second. Lalita Kumaramangalam, to you next, and then I'll come across to my other panelists. Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Yeah, look, I'm not trying to say that the Aam Aadmi Party on whom the members whom the stings were made, I'm not mentioning any names, were guilty or not. The fact is just that, with all due respect to Miss Ilmi, the way she feels that she has been targeted, many people may feel the same thing. And how on earth do we really prove who's wrong and who's right? This sort of argument will go on and on. Instead,
I just told
probably
you, ma'am,
they
with
could have
great
used a
respect
more
to you, I just
foolproof
told you, show
methodology
the raw
where if people
footage.
find somebody
Show the raw footage.
corrupt, sorry. I know you show the raw footage, Shazia, but then other people will say exactly the same thing
Okay.
and do exactly the same
Aniruddha,
thing.
as-
If you tell anybody,
Aniruddha,
have
as
to
an
show it,
independent
ma'am.
voice,
Have to show it.
somebody
I'm
who has
asking you,
done sting
did
operations.
Bangaru Lakshman show
You
it?
would have,
every
you would
victim
have,
will
one
say,
second,
but-
I just need to get Aniruddha over here as an independent voice over here, not affiliated with a political party. We'll have to do a sting to prove whether I'm correct in that or not. But isn't that the big concern that you would have had as well? What is my footage actually showing? Do I have enough of that footage to prove that someone had done wrong? And therefore, when you pass on this very powerful tool, a camera in whichever form, to the general public, isn't there a danger that it can be misused?
First of all, there are 2-3 points that I want to make. One, the Constitution of India very strongly doesn't give journalists any special rights.
Right.
The rights are to the citizens of India. And in fact, in a lot of cases that have gone into court with hidden cameras, the High Court has said that has given that right to the citizenry. It's not a specific right to media. So there's nothing wrong per se with a sort of, now
Right.
the issue out here is there is a sort of mass production of it, seemingly you could have the citizen journalists, so to speak, in inverted commas, going around with cameras, going around with people whom they think are asking for bribes or whom are asking for bribes, etc., etc., etc. Transactional corruption, as Sanjay said. Now, with something like this, due processes have to be put in place. First of all, I mean, it doesn't take too much of a common sense to figure out that you need a industrial scale lab, forensic lab for this. Now, that is one thing. I mean, you have to have the processes in place. You have to have people educated in the law of it, etc. I presume that the officials managing the helpline and those who are sort of overseeing this whole thing would be imbibing a lot of these things. But I think these things has to be thought through. Per se, there's nothing wrong in the idea. But as I said, I mean, you have to have several layers of filters and processes. It could be people, as people are sort of saying that it could be used for targeting. It could be used to sort of other malpractices can come in. But you then have to have a sort of official desk to sort of filtering
because the problem which you would have faced is that you did sting operations and then somebody said it's fake.
Yeah, but then you get your credibility over time. You see, now nobody sort of questions that.
But how does one actually prove that? I mean,
That's
does
what I'm
everything
saying.
go to
You
the
need-
Central Forensic
if-
Sciences Laboratory? I mean,
if from what I'm learning, like 10,000 people in 24 hours, so even if there are 30 people coming with some kind of footage, you need an industrial scale lab. So whether you outsource it to private companies, maybe it will be good for the lab industry to come up in India.
So Shazia, how does this actually work on the ground? Because that's the first thing that people have always said, it's fake. You yourself have said that footage in your case was fake, and we'll take your word for it. So therefore, if you are going to institutionalize this in Delhi, who is going to prove it's real and who is going to prove it's fake?
We asked for raw footage, it was released. Yes, we asked for raw footage, which the particular person, Mr. Jha, and I'm sure his style is different from Mr. Bahel, did that. He refused to show us the footage, after which we asked the Election Commission, and we released that footage in which what we were saying was quite the opposite of what was being shown. Here we're looking at prevention of graft in the government department. Here we're looking for the inter-department bodies and officials actually recording and teaching citizens who are being harassed for money to make a kind of a audio recording, verify it through the anti-corruption agencies to find out whether work is being done or not. Also, this is not the sole way to find corruption. There would be a Jan Lokayukt Lokpal in place, which will be a single window for writing down complaints against a particular public servant, and also by a citizens charter the list of goods and services provided by a public servant
Okay.
will have to be there.
Okay, so that's the next step. That's the next step, Shazia.
Corruption.
And I see where you're
yes.
going with your point, but I must
Yes.
bring in Kabir Bedi, who's been listening very patiently to this. Mr. Bedi, it sounds great, but is it realistic? You know, people walking around with a cell phone in their hand, apparently in Palika Bazaar in Delhi, where you can buy all of these tools for between 500 rupees and several thousand rupees, the prices have been jacked up by almost 50 to 100% almost overnight, because everybody is now in the business of selling a spy camera. Aniruddha says, why not? Fair enough. Mr. Bedi, go ahead.
You know, I think first we need to just step back here. I think we need to step back and take a look at the larger picture of how brilliantly the Aam Aadmi Party has used technology in their campaign and now in their governance. They brought technology into the picture by having referendums by SMSs and to decide whether they will govern. Now they're bringing technology into the fight against corruption and equally brilliantly keeping corruption center stage as the main issue with a view to the future election. So it's really quite brilliant what they've done. Are there dangers to this, that people can take this and, like in Shazia Ilmi's case, doctor the material that they do? Of course there are risks. But the fact of the matter is, there's no such thing as a risk-free society or a risk-free system. The old system certainly has resulted in an utterly corrupt system all round. So it is better to take the risk on the other side, on the risk of people being exposed, and if there are miscarriages of justice there, it's to be dealt with. But it's better than just sitting back and saying nothing can be done about it, because by the right idealism and the right use of technology and empowering people, a lot of corruption can be brought out. Now, whether this is employed against high-level corruption, which is really, in my mind, the biggest issue, which is robbing the country, raping the country, or whether it will be just used against the smaller functionaries, that is to be seen. But the fact of the citizens becoming vigilantes in finding evidence and giving it to the law to prosecute these people, I think is a real breakthrough, and the Aam Aadmi Party should be commended for it.
Sanjay Jha, do you agree in principle with this sting policy of the Aam Aadmi Party? The Chief Minister saying, go out there, go sting people.
You know, my personal view here is that even as a party, I think our view will be not very dissimilar, that the issue of making sting into some kind of a production factory comes with many serious risks. I mean, frankly speaking, the long-term solution only lies in cutting red tape, bureaucracy, and the multi-layered decision making. That's the source of the problem, really, where, you know, the smaller transactional corruption really happens. But, you know, I think Vishnu, one of the things that we need to really point out here in your program today is, remember that whenever you set a law, at the moment any public servant who was contemplating an act of corruption is already on guard. Let me tell you that 99%, if not 100% of the people who have a corrupt mentality will make sure that if they are dealing with somebody with whom they intend to have a bribe, will make sure that there is no mobile phone which is on the person's belonging or in any proximity. So end of day, to bring about a systemic reform, you know, you can indulge in all these little, what I call as synthetic gestures, but end of day, the anti-corruption movement has to be looked at from the point of view of the Lokpal when it becomes functional. You've got to look at the supply side of big ticket corruption. I think that's a real story.
So they're saying the same thing.
But end of day,
they're talking about the
but I think it's coming with a host of
that's
risks.
the next step.
But therefore I feel these are gestures
a means towards an end.
Which are, you know, let me tell you, do you need a helpline to tell people to do a sting operation? I mean, I question the fundamental of that. I mean, you don't need to announce a helpline in a major hyped press conference. I mean, it can be on our website, anybody can advise you on that. By the way, even before this, everybody is a citizen journalist.
But what's wrong with telling people
I'm saying a step against corruption is fine. But I don't
20,000 people have called in today.
My concern is it has not been well thought through, because there are consequences on the individuals who may be genuinely trying to entrap somebody who is corrupt. But whether it will lead to its normal course of justice, or whether that individual may have to face a harassment as a counter reaction from people who are more powerful and who can dictate a more, you know, nasty sense of justice.
wanted to go to Aniruddha first, then Shazia. Aniruddha, go ahead. Shazia next.
I think what I'm saying is that I think credit to the Aam Aadmi Party for converting this sort of defunct process called helpline into something which has caught the imagination of the public. Now, As far as I said, if the processes are in place, it will lead to something good. If not, it will die its own death, because if cases come up which show that they were improperly done, etc., they will get a lot of bad publicity. So let the thing whole run its course. But as I said, for something with footage, you need industrial scale forensic labs of the kind of volume that you are expecting and the kind of volume that some people have said that they have already got. So it needs on that scale, and also you need some basics of, as I said, law enforcement, etc., which they have very skimpy understanding of how footage is sort of admitted into courts. It is admissible, and it has been used in several cases. So there is no case that they are inadmissible at all.